Trailblazers take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. will join us tonight on the sideline. For the Portland Trailblazers, they won their last contest, that game against the Charlotte Hornets. And they barely squeaked by with that one, edging out by just 1 point.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Let's check out Vancouver's starting lineup. They've got Collins, Jonathan Kuminga out there with O'Neal. Then there's James Wiseman. Now here's Collins. Takes it from 10. It's deflected. Jackson passes to James. Now he's covered by Wiseman. With the bucket. And at this point of the season, Greg, many coaches still are maneuvering their lineups, trying to find the right formula.
Yeah, especially the younger team. There's no real established pecking order, and guys can be wildly inconsistent from night to night.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Knocked away. Here's O'Neal, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Vancouver shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That one is off.
Shooting for the away team. Taking 2 shots.
And he can't hit the second.
And really, as solid as he's been at the line, I had already chalked those points up. Goes to show you, though, don't take anything for granted.
With the bucket. He has 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this.
That's tipped. Johnson dishes to James. Here's Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
Vancouver pulls it in. Kuminga with a wide open look. And he overshot that one, missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Count it, good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's Collins. Pass to Kuminga. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
That one, no good. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Collins.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
And finished off by Collins.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance up. Look at
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Kicks it out to James. Miller grabs the miss.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Miller.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Portland Trailblazers. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Jackson lets it go from 11. Shot by you, no good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Quickly.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Vancouver making a switch here. Johnson surveying the floor. He's covered by Washington. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. You with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 11. Here's Jackson. No good on that one. Quickly finds Miller. And the rejection by James. Good if it goes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this.
To get loud for your Blazers.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Got a piece of it. And for Vancouver, to the inside, and stolen by James. And for Portland, oh, what a play!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming down like that guy.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
Let's hear it again for your Blazers youth dance team.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
To the away team.
Wiseman's checked in for Vancouver.
Substitution on the court.
Vancouver trails by 13. Vancouver working the ball around now. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Vancouver shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Number 7.
And the technical free throw is good. Goes up off the inbound, and it's Walker that time on the assist by Murray.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Fall can't hit. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Vancouver, trailing by 10.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Fall. And that one is off. And it's the Ravens taking it the other way. Taken away. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on James Wiseman.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For the Ravens, O'Neal comes in for Murray. And Collins subbed in for Walker. Vancouver trails by 11. Here's Collins. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Collins has got his second basket of the game. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Here's Fall, guarded by O'Neal. Fall can't hit. In the corner, Collins with it.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Chandler kicks to Trent. It's stolen by Kuminga. From the arc. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
And another turnover here by Portland. Vancouver making a switch here. Terry's checked in. Here's the Ravens with the ball. They're on a 10-1 run right now. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Sharp, the pass to Chandler. He kicks it to Nurkic. That shot off. Good work defensively by Terry. Here's Kuminga. Inside. Lets it go from 11. A shot off that time. Portland leading by 4. Here's Chandler. Off with the layup. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And then Sharp with the dunk.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that,
2 minutes
the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Phillips says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is, and he's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. Nurkic can't hit. Here's the Ravens with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Greg, you take a look at Nurkic. He is at his best going against big-name centers.
Nurkic is the kind of player who rises to a challenge, can be a bit inconsistent in what he gives you, but he loves the challenge of going up against the best. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Vancouver?
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Stanley can't get it to go. Portland trailing here. Chandler, no good. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Active quickly. It's Miller on the wing. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul. Second team
First trip
foul.
to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for the away team, Miller. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Miller. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Johnson, that's for 2. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
That's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Vancouver as they end the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-5 run. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Looking at the Ravens, Kenny, how'd you see it?
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters can appreciate not having to carry the load on their own.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
They're getting punished, whooped on the glass. That big of a rebounding deficit, expect them to be down even more. That being said, they can still win this game if they show more fight in the second half.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
There's your Trailblazers.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You gotta like what you has done in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. On the floor for the Ravens, they've got O'Neal. He's out there with James Wiseman. Collins is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Here's the 3. Vancouver pulls it in. Now Collins. Driving in and finished off by Collins.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Shot by you, no good. Vancouver leading by 3. Here's Kuminga. Got a piece of it.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Johnson, the pass to Jackson. Vancouver pulls it in. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Kuminga kicks to Collins. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. Passes it to James. And here is you. Over Collins. Portland again missing.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. He's guarded by you. Here we go. James heading to the hoop. It's good. James has got his first bucket in this one.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Vancouver working the ball around now. Here's O'Neal. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Collins has got the lead up to 3 now for the Ravens. Collins has gone 4 of 6 from the floor here tonight. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Get loud for your Blazer Dancers. Give a big round of applause to your Blazer Dancers.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. James wide open. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. And Vancouver with the possession here. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Kuminga dishes to Murray. And Collins now top the key. Nails the wide open jump shot. Collins has got 6 in the quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Pass to James. Now here's you. He's covered by Wiseman. Johnson, good.
Hey guys, the D has to show it. A little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Collins kicks to Walker.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
From deep.
2 minutes.
Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Ravens with the ball. A 2-point game.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
In a moment, now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
You want to see what the difference is? Look at their points off turnovers. They've punished mistakes all game long.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Count it.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Jackson, and that's good off the glass that time. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Stolen by you. Stolen by Washington. They get a hand on it. Stolen by you. Here's James, and James throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And then Washington with the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys. Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
Kicks to Miller. He's guarded by you. Got a hand on it. They get it back, and they're able to recover.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Vancouver shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Good on the second free throw. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Johnson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got 12.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish.
Personal foul.
And he makes the first.
Shooting for the away team.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
And for Vancouver, they got James Wiseman. O'Neal is out there with Kuminga. And it's Stanley in at the 2.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge. In a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Here's Kuminga. To the paint. Here's you. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul. First team foul.
The first one falls.
At the line for Portland. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Vancouver trails by 6. Poked away. Stolen by you. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
It's time for some t-shirts. Here they come. Fans, have a big round of applause for your Trailblazers.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Guys, over the break, Chauncey Billups had some advice for his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Thanks so much, David. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row. from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
From 11 feet away. And again, it's Vancouver missing.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Collins checked in for Vancouver.
Who's looking for some new swag?
The pass to Kuminga. And by you. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Jackson misses. Vancouver trails by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
They're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time defense.
Shot by you, no good.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Here's James. Vancouver pulls it in. O'Neal's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Collins. Vancouver working the ball around now. Back to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
And listen, we know Wiseman has a nice outside game, but inside there aren't too many guys who can match up with him physically.
Vancouver trails by 6. And here's Collins from outside.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G slam cam. Collins up top. James covered and finished off by Collins.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow.
What a beautiful move it was that he picked.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And finished off by Collins.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Now a timeout called by the Ravens. They trail by 6. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And Vancouver with the possession here. They trail by 6. A floater. They get it back. Washington. It's deflected. James up top. Defended by Kuminga. And he jams it with authority.
goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
He doesn't get the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and the second of two is good. That narrows the gap to 7.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And again, it's Vancouver missing. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's James. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
It's rebounded by Kuminga. Outside Collins. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alder, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.